I'll see you guys in the dark.
So as a background, my family live a state away from me, and at the time that this happened, I had just turned 18. I'm 21 and female now, and my mom would finally let me drive to go see them, which was about 5.5 hour drive away. No biggie. I was like, bet, I can smoke some weed and drive that easily. And I did just that. About halfway there, I needed to stop to get gas and get some snacks. As you can guess, I had the munchies. I wasn't very familiar with the drive or where the gas stations were on it, and they were kind of spread out, so as soon as I felt it wasn't smart to wait until another gas station came up, I pulled off the highway. I have always been sort of suspicious of people in general because I have not had an easy childhood, and I grew up learning to just kind of feel things when they're not right. So, I wasn't really worried about being by myself because I knew how to handle myself. So I pulled up to this relatively empty gas station, maybe one or two other cars, but it was a larger one with one of those antique shops in it. I parked at a pump, locked my door, and go inside. There was no one at the counter, and a sign was on the counter saying that they would be right back. So I go and pick out a snack and a drink. Well, when I previously walked in, I noticed a man who was maybe in his late 20s, kind of just wandering in the store. I saw him glance over at me when I walked in, but didn't really think much about it. Not really paying him any attention, I went and opened the door to the soda, and was perusing when he came right up next to me and opens the one next to mine. This wasn't particularly weird to me, but the fact that he was literally all the way across the store when I came in, and then as soon as I go over there, he does too. I was like, okay, I'm going to go off and look for a different drink then. So I go to the tea section and stand there for a second, and he follows me to the one right next to mine again. Only this time, he looks at me, smiles a creepy-ass closed-lips smile, and says, "Hi." I do want to say that even though he could have easily just have been trying to be nice or flirt or something, I had an instant creepy vibe from him when he first walked over, and that intuition has never failed me before. At this point, I just look at him, nod my head, and grab something to go to the counter, thinking to myself that I can just grab a snack later. He comes up right behind me with just one of those jerky sticks. Literally did not even grab anything from the refrigerators that he was looking in right next to mine, and just stands super close to me. And I mean, he was right up behind me. I could feel his body heat and his breath on the back of my neck. I'm literally just wanting this freaking cashier to come in here so I can get the fuck away from him. So I start calling for someone. No one answers or comes out. Dude's behind me texting on his phone and looking around and at the door like he's waiting for someone himself. Finally, I'm like, screw it, I'm out of here. I leave my drink on the counter and walk out. He follows me. At this point, I literally run to my car, and I remember feeling him grasp my jacket, but with the momentum of my arm swinging, he didn't get a firm hold. I hop in and lock the doors, turning my car on in record speed. We make eye contact, and out of the corner of my eye, I see two men run from around the corner of the gas station. They all three ran to my car, which is not very far from where the first guy is, and I just floor it out of there. Almost wrecked my car on the corner. I don't know what they were planning on doing, but I imagine I was about to get kidnapped. I called the police because I don't know where the cashier was, and I had a bad feeling that they did something to him. The guys there were gone when the police got there. I now carry a knife on me when I go out to that drive. So, creepy dude at the gas station, let's not meet ever again. When I was about 17 or 18, I was driving home from a friend's house after a movie marathon. It was around 1 a.m. when I left, and a decent drive. Not quite halfway, my gas light comes on. I had a few creepy cat call experiences at gas stations, and was a little paranoid stopping that late in the middle of nowhere as a 110-pound teenage girl. The first gas station I came across was well lit, and in a pretty open space. I drove up to the pump and looked around my car mirrors before getting out. As I was starting to pump my gas, this normal-looking guy comes out of the gas station shop and starts smoking a cigarette. The pump kept clicking off and not working, so I started messing with it, trying to get it to pump. This guy starts watching me, laughing. I'm assuming he was just laughing to himself watching a teenage girl trying to pump gas. After getting maybe a quarter of a gallon, I gave up and moved to a new pump. After this point, if I didn't do absolutely everything I did, I would have been screwed. When I got back into my car, I locked my doors just to drive to the other pump. I checked all of my mirrors before getting out or shutting off the car again. Old 90s Beetle that didn't always start right away. Go figure. That's when I saw the guy walking up to my car. He was smiling, walking up to the driver's side window. Not wanting him next to me, I rolled down the passenger window. He paused for a moment, then smiled to himself and walked over to the passenger window. He stuck his head all the way inside my window to talk to me. "Hey, I know this seems really weird, but I promise I'm not a creep or anything. My car broke down," points to a red SUV, "and I need a ride home. It's just half a mile up the road. Would you mind?" I reply to him saying, "Sorry, but I don't know you." "Oh, no, I totally get it. I thought it was pretty weird as I was walking up here. But it's only half a mile up the road. I'm totally stranded. I wish I could help you, but I really don't know you." "Yeah, I got you. If you had a truck or something, I'd offer to just ride in the back." "Sorry." No, all of a sudden, he just looked pissed. He yanked at my door, but I had locked it before. Then he reached for my inside door handle through the window. My car was still running, and I slammed it into first and peeled out as he opened the door. The car taking off slammed it shut, and I sped off. I called the police after I got away. They looked at the gas station cameras, and right after I left, he got into his red SUV and drove off. If I hadn't locked my doors the second time, I could have been fucked. If I let him come to the driver's side window, he could have grabbed me. If I had shut my car off, I couldn't have been able to drive off in time. If I didn't double check my mirrors, I could have been outside my car when he came up to me. So weirdo at the gas station who tried to rob me or God knows what else, let's not meet again. So this was about 2 years ago on Halloween. I just discovered this sub about an hour ago and decided to post my own encounter. My best friend and I were leaving a club in Dallas, and we stopped at a gas station to pick up some snacks and refreshments. This guy comes up to me and tells me that I look pretty. At this point, I'm drunk and not worried about a damn thing, so I thank him, smile, and continue looking for munchies. He starts to follow me through the gas station, but I kinda just shrug it off. Me and my friend pay and are walking out when he comes up behind us and asks where we are going. At this point, I'm thinking, screw off, dude. We say courteously that we are going home, and he seemed to take the hint and fucked off. We started to walk down the street. My friend was planning on driving us home in the car since I was unfit to drive. My friend wasn't 21 yet, so he hadn't been drinking at all. We were about 3 blocks away from my car when we notice a car driving slowly behind us. We glance back a few times and realize it's the guy from the gas station following us. We decide that it's not a good idea to lead him back to my car, so we turn around and walk a different way towards the street where the clubs are. He makes an illegal U-turn and follows us. He then rolls down his window and shouts to us asking if we need a ride. Politely, I tell him no thank you. We are good. We just made a wrong turn. He continues to follow us. We speed up our pace a bit, and he speeds up too. He calls out to us again through the passenger window, asking again if we want a ride. I tell him to please stop following us, or I'll have to call the police. He then calls me a cunt and speeds off. Yeah, dude, at the gas station, I don't want to ever meet you again. That wasn't cool, and me and my friends were just trying to get home safe. This just happened. I'm still unwinding. I just got home. I sometimes have really bad sweet tooths in the middle of the night. Plus, I could go for a soda as well. So I went to the gas station I always go to. This is very important to my story. I'm a regular here. I don't know the cashier's names. They don't know mine, but they do know me. They know that I do not come in here with people. I come in alone. Just get my stuff and then leave. There was a little line formed, so I was waiting my turn just staring at the weird store brand holiday candy they have when this guy walks in. I have anxiety, and I'm nosy. I like to overall know what's going on around me. Naturally, I looked up, and this guy and I made a split-second eye contact before I went back to judging the holiday candy. This guy stands next to me, not behind me, but next to me like we're together. There was someone else behind me. Maybe he was just trying to cut in line. I was already creeped out, even though he was cute. Overall, he just came off super creepy. He was standing so freaking close to me. Too close for my comfort. It was my turn, and I put my stuff on the counter, and this guy puts a 20 next to my drink, like he's offering to pay. The cashier knew better. I knew better, and I put my card in, paid, and took my stuff. The guy growled, which is what prompted me to give him one last look, and he was furious. I could hear the cashier playing dumb like he couldn't quite understand what the guy said. Cashier is foreign, but he understands English just fine. I don't know why I felt so creeped out, but I'm glad the cashier noticed that I was uncomfortable. I'm glad he recognized this could potentially be a very bad situation. To the creep at the gas station, let's not meet ever again.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell for notifications on future videos, and become a stalker of the night. And I'll see you next time.